Hi, my name is Chaplain Daniel Fairchild. Just wanted to introduce myself as well as my family to you. My wife Megan and I have been married for 6 years, and we have 2 daughters. My oldest daughter, her name is Nellie, and she's 5 years old, and my youngest daughter is June, and she's 8 months old. We also have a dog named Mozzie, and we live here in Holly Springs, North Carolina, where we attend the Point Church, which is a non-denominational church. As far as my faith group and denomination goes, I'm Baptist. I grew up in a Southern Baptist home, and we went to a lot of First Baptist churches growing up. But as we got older and as we went to some different churches, we still were at a First Baptist church, but we went to a church that had a dual affiliation with both the Southern Baptist and the Cooperative Baptist Fellowship. So in 2013, I got my ordination from First Baptist Church of Goldsboro, and I am endorsed by the Cooperative Baptist Fellowship, which means as a chaplain, I'm coming from the Protestant side of the house. You may be wondering what draws me to military chaplaincy and the Air Force in particular. Well, in order to start out, I want to start back with my love for the Air Force and the military just in general. Both my wife and I grew up in military families, so we got to see firsthand the lifestyle of our parents who were service members and the ins and outs of what military life was like. And both my wife and I have a heart for military personnel and everyone in the military, but I'm a little partial because my dad's retired Air Force, and so for me growing up, it was always going to be about being in the Air Force. As far as chaplaincy goes, and my heart for chaplaincy, it goes back to my time in seminary. While I was there, I was going for school to be a Bible teacher. I was going to school to be a youth pastor. And while I was in classes and doing practicums and hands-on practical things, I fell in love with chaplaincy. I fell in love with providing spiritual care and counseling for other people. And so, of course, that married the two loves of mine, the military and chaplaincy. And so I got in the chaplain candidate program, and I went through that whole program. And every year I spent as a chaplain candidate and got to see what chaplains do in the Air Force, I loved it more and more and really just appreciated what they brought to the military and the spiritual care that they could provide. If someone were to ask me what is pluralism and what is a pluralistic environment, I would tell them that it is a place in which people from all different faith traditions, religions, and backgrounds were all mixed together. And so my role as a chaplain is twofold. The first is to meet anybody wherever they are, to meet a person from a different faith tradition or background wherever they are, even though we may not share the same beliefs or have the same religion or have the same faith. It is my job as a chaplain to meet them where they are and encourage them and support them and lift them up and provide excellent spiritual care for them. And if I cannot, then it is my job and my duty to find somebody who can. So the beauty about working on a chapel team is that we have chaplains of all different denominations and all different religions and faith groups and beliefs. And so if I cannot provide the most excellent spiritual care for the military service member, then I will go find a chaplain or even somebody off base, anybody that can provide that spiritual care for that airman. And so that is my understanding as my job as a chaplain is that I work in an environment in which I need to work well on a team with chaplains from other religions and faith traditions and backgrounds, because we may need each other to provide the most excellent spiritual care for our airmen. And speaking of teams, I've been on a variety of different teams, whether it's been in athletics, academics, retail, restaurants, woodworking, and even ministry. My most recent team that I've been on is in ministry, and that's as the student ministry director of the Point Church. And my role there, I got to oversee 7 other student directors at our different locations and I casted vision and helped us to set a mission. And we did student ministry at all our locations with a unified vision and mission to implement those things at all our locations. And so my role on teams has always been majorly as a supporter, but this last one was as a coach, as an overseer, as an encourager, as well as somebody who was at a local location himself and got to do student ministry that way. So I've seen a variety of different teams and a variety of different leadership on those teams. And what I've noticed is that a good team, like I said, is unified around a mission and vision. And what I love about the Air Force is the core beliefs of integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. And I really believe that if we can embody those beliefs on our chapel team, then we will have a team that flows well, that works well, that gels well. And that doesn't mean that we all look the same, because the teams that I've been on, most of us are different. We all have different skills and talents and abilities that we've brought to the team, and even personality types. And the same thing goes for a chapel team as well. We all are going to have different denominations and faith groups and backgrounds and personalities and work styles. And so it's not that we're the same, but if we can embody that integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do, I really believe that that team is going to work well and provide the best spiritual care for our airmen. Again, my name is Chaplain Daniel Fairchild. Thank you so much for your consideration. Take care.